Hello all, it's Jamie here from Craftmania, and I think we've got the most exciting unboxing we've done in a long time. Today I have got two boxes for you from a brand new supplier, bringing you over 65 brand new product lines. This is something I am super duper excited to share with you. Now, as always, by the time you are watching this video, all of these items will be available for you here in store at 5 Hewett Road, Gapton Hall Industrial Estate, Great Yarmouth, Norfolk. And they'll also all be available for you on the website too, which is www.craftmaniacrafts.com. If you are shopping with us online, if you spend over £15, your P&P is completely free. Of course, you don't have to worry about that if you're coming in store. Stop trying to sneak a little look. I can see you, cameraman. I see you sneaking in here. You wait, you be patient. All of the items, of course, will be available for you in store and online as well. Free P&P when you spend over £15. And on top of that, for every £1 you spend, you're going to get a point on your Inner Circle Rewards Club. And the more you spend, the more points you get, the bigger the rewards become. Okay, that's all the boring bit over and done with. Let's delve on in, shall we? Come have a little sneaky at what I've got for you today. I have got 68 brand new product lines from Chloe. I know, how cool is this? Brand new goodies from Chloe. Now, I am worried that we're not going to have enough of them on the floor to share all this with you. And I will be completely honest, this is all new to me, so I'm as excited as you are. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of reading as we're going. And if I pronounce the names wrong, I apologise already. This is Chloe's Creative Cards Sparkalicious Glitter, and this one is Chunky Crystallina. We're going to go with that. This is a giant bag of glitter. It's 3 ounces, 3 ounce bag. That's huge, huge amount. Now, something I haven't told you, 10% off of all Chloe products as well, off of recommended retail price. You know, here at Craftmania, we like to give that to you. We give that to you now on over 5,000 product lines, and Chloe's is another one of the brands that is going to be added into that already automatic 10% off RRP. This is a brand new glitter for you as well. Everything I'm going to introduce you to is brand new. Another 3 ounce bag. This one is a nice ultra fine glitter. These, of course, are your great big bulk ways to buy glitter, but do not fear, we also have them coming to you in smaller pots as well, including this one, which is our first one to unbox. Look at the luxury. I love Chloe. Look at this. Look at that little enamel on the top there of the pot. Doesn't that just say luxury straight away? That is gorgeous packaging. I know we don't buy it for the packet, but it is lovely to have a nice packet, isn't it? This one is our Starlight Night. Beautiful dark navy with kind of a black running through it. Very sparkly, very impressive. And again, very ultra fine, which is nice. Then we're going to move on. We'll do some more glitter. You can see there's lots of dies, lots of stamps, embossing folders, you name it, it's in this box coming. Let's have a little look at this one. Now, we have got 3 of each item from Chloe. I think some of these are going to go quite quickly. This one is a glittering gold. Of course, you can see a very champagne-y vibe to that one, very luxurious. Then we'll move on to our next one. This one is sterling silver, is it? Oh no, shimmering silver, sorry. Let's have a look at, oh, it is shimmering. Look at this for a silver, especially sat next to that gold. That is beautiful. Even actually very nice against our blue carpet or our navy carpet. You can really see that. Now, we'll move on to look at some dies for a second, because I'm going to be honest, temptation's getting the better of me. Let's have a look at these ones. These, of course, brand new for you once again. These are huge, Chloe. These are lovely. I love a big die. These ones are 7.8 inches by 7.8 inches. They run all the way down to 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches. There is, I'm sure it's going to tell me somewhere, 11 dies within this set. And this is a really nice touch. Look at that little debossed line that's running around each of those shapes. Very, very elegant, very sophisticated look, as I'm sure we've all come to expect from Chloe. Now, I have a feeling that these are also on a magnetic sheet. They are. There is already a magnetic sheet in that packet for you, that they're coming to you on, all ready for you to keep. So very easy to just open this little wallet and actually maintain them and keep them in those wallets if you wish to. What a luxurious, again, thoughtful way to do the packaging. Let's move on and have a little look at these. This I fell in love with when I was doing my order. I had to bring you these. These are dies and stamp sets. We've got our lovely lady at the Christmas tree. There is a few different versions of this one. So we've kind of got the over the shoulder look. When we move on to our next one, we've got her walking away with a nice Christmas tree number going on herself. And look at it, it's gorgeous. Literally dressed in a Christmas tree, beautiful. Now, I'm not going to read out everything on each one of these because we're going to be here forever. I've got 68 items to take you through. But there is a few little sentiments on there. Festive frills, classy, festive, sparkly, glam, Christmas wishes, all running through there. When we look on the reverse, we can see what's coming to us in stamp format and what's coming to us in die format in that pack. Moving on, we've got another one. I love this one. Our lovely lady is covered in presents. She has been out there getting the festive shopping on, and she has got all of Santa's presents to deliver for you. Again, lots of little sentiments in there, and including the cute little doggy. Can you see the little cute little doggy? How cute is that? So there's a few of those available for you to grab hold of. While we're looking at stamp and die sets, let's have a look at this one. This, of course, another brand new one for you. This is our golf set. So, of course, we have got matching dies to go with our golfer. What a perfect set, a true essential for us all to have. Returning to Christmas for a second, we've got a lovely Christmas tree. This, again, comes with its own dies to cut it out. Few little embellishment pieces, as well as sentiments on top of that too. That's another one of our over-the-shoulder ladies. Another Christmas present one. Another one dressed as a Christmas tree. Then we move on to these ones. Now, these are gorgeous. Look at this for a poinsettia. This is your poinsettia stamp and die set. Also has Merry Christmas in here, joyful Christmas wishes. It's got a few little embellishment pieces too. And actually looking at that flower element, these bits down here, I feel we could be using those all throughout the year, not only for Christmas. Very, very pretty flower when we actually see it being used here. But that actual kind of poinsettia effect coming through looks wonderful, especially as we can see on the packaging there with that glitter being added or embossing powder being added. Let's move on to this pile, shall we? There is so much to go through. This is so exciting. This, of course, is another stamp and die set. I'll give you a little look at that one. Again, we have got the postbox stamp sets and then the matching dies to go with it. We've even got a little envelope. Oh, how cute is the envelope? And then we've got the postcard or letter to go within the envelope. We've got the little seal to go with it all as well. That is absolutely beautiful. Talk about a scene building element that is going to come in time after time. Then we're going to move on to this one. This one is a embossing folder with dies inside it, I believe. So it's going to cut and emboss for you in one pass through your machine. When you look at the packaging here, it might make it slightly clearer. All of your pink swirls are the bits that are going to emboss for you. All of your silver elements are the bits that are going to cut for you. When you look at it on the back there, you can see it's slightly larger and you can get a bit of an idea of how that's going to look. When you look here on the packet front, we can see how Chloe has formed these and built them up to create those 3D effects. That is absolutely spectacularly beautiful. It's 6 by 6 in size and one of a few of these that we're going to be bringing to you. Moving on to our next design, same concept. We've got that same embossing folder and die set combo all in one for you. So all you need to do is send it through your machine and it will emboss and cut. Again, on the packaging, we've got our pink swirls for our embossed pieces and our silver is marking out what is going to cut for us. When we see the effect that creates, I think we can all agree that is breathtaking. Moving on, same idea again, and I think this might be the last one of these we've got for you at this stage. But again, here we can see that embossing and cutting detail. When we look to it on the front there, we can see how beautiful that is going to be working together to create that stunning look. There's so much scope to create with those. Oh, I lied to you. There's another one. Let's have a little look at this one. Another design for you. This one's got a very heart-esque shape to it. Again, it's surrounded by that beautiful embossing, that lovely cut and lift effect being created with the flowers, and then that kind of ribbon element running through the middle as well. I can't wait to play with some of these. This is as new to me as it is to you, so I hope I give you all of the right information, but it is lovely to be able to share my excitement as we unbox these bits and see what we can find and discover together. I know lots of you will already be Chloe fans. She does amazing creations, lots of inspiration on her Facebook page and YouTube channel for you to watch and kind of be inspired by too. This one is an embossing folder stamp and metal die set. So really a trio of pieces coming together here for you. When you see it down here on the packaging, you can see your embossing folder element, you can see your stamp element, you can see your die element. And of course here, we can see how all of those pieces have been used together to create one of the most impressive cards I think I've seen in a very long time. That is truly breathtaking. Now sticking with that same concept, moving forward to this one, again, embossing folder, can be used independently, stamps can be used independently, Dies can be used independently, but bring that trio together and look what you can create with it. How incredible is that as a set? Absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. Sticking with this concept for another one. Oh, what's this one actually? I'm lying to you. This one hasn't got the stamps. This one is an embossing folder and die set, because the embossing folder is going to do all that heavy lifting for you. That is going to do that beautiful veining running through our flowers, and then we've got some foliage to go with them. We've even got some stamens to go in the centres of them. When we see how beautiful that embossing folder is, I think we can agree that is going to make some stunningly beautiful flowers. What a combo to have that available to do for us. Sticking with that idea, but going back to adding in the stamps as well, we've got some beautiful butterflies. They're rather yummy, aren't they? This again, 5x7 size for your 3D sculpted embossing folder, and then of course you could use that independently, you could use your stamps independently, you can use your dies independently, but team all three together and look what you can be creating. Look what Chloe has created to inspire us there. That is truly beautiful. Moving on from there, let's have a little look at what we've got next for you. Oh, this is a 2D embossing folder, but it's an 8x8 one. Do you know how often we get asked for 8x8 embossing folders? To have access to bring you such beautifully delicate designs from Chloe is so exciting. So this one's one folder, 8x8 in design. And do you know what I actually really love with this? It's not a really big garish design. If we wanted to use just a small sliver of that, or a bigger sliver for an A6 card perhaps, or an A5 card, you absolutely could do. But you can go right the way up to a 8x8 and still have that beautiful detail running throughout it. Then we move on. Look at this. We move into vellum. We know that Chloe is famous for her vellum. She's famous for that delicate effect you can create with vellums. This is the frosted pack, if I remember rightly. Oh, here we go. Snowflake Flurry. And in here, they're A4, they're 150 GSM, there are 10 designs, and you're getting 5 sheets of each. So 50 sheets in that packet. That's bonkers. Have I got that right? I believe I have. I'm going to confidently say I think I have. I hope I have. But there is a world of possibilities within that pack with all of those stunning designs. And then these slightly smaller packs all stick into one kind of colour wheel, if you will, or one kind of colour scope. These are beautifully printed. Oh, look at that. Shaded vellums. Now, of course, you're seeing these built up quite heavily because there's lots of sheets in there in one pack. They're going to be a little bit more subtle when you're using them independently for your wrap rounds, for die cutting from embossing through. So much we can do with these. These have got 20 sheets in them. And if you thought, well, I like that, but I'm not a blue fan, hold on in there because we've got more colours for you. That lovely peachy rose shade. Then we've got this nice aqua teal. Then moving forward from there, look at that for a nice lilac, kind of a smoky lilac. And then we've got a nice reddy pink. Oh, this is rather lovely. I'm going to show that one to you on that side before I reveal this side to you, because I feel that's a nice Christmassy one you're going to like. And then maybe you just want to go for some plain vellum. Maybe you don't wish to have it patterned or coloured. Well, here we have got the most value-packed way to buy vellum I think I've ever seen. 50 sheets in that packet. A bonkers amount to be able to get hold of. 115 GSM, A4 in size, 50 sheets. And when you see the price of these online, I'm not going to try and do them by memory, but when you look at them on the website or you come in store and see them, I promise you now you will be impressed. I know I was when I ordered them. Now moving forward from there, let's look at this. This is rather yummy. We're back to some glitters for a second. This one is Mystical Moonlight. Look at all those different size pieces running through that. What a chunky, gorgeous glitter that is. But it isn't just one size. There's multiple sizes and facets of glitter in there. Very, very yummy. Adding those into the glitter pile. Now, I've got a few of these to unpack, but we've got a whole other box coming up. So hold on in there while we go through these if glitter's not your thing. But who can resist some sparkle? This one is Snowflake Flurry. And you can literally see little snowflakes, little baby snowflakes in that glitter. How cute is that? That's a need, especially when we're working on our Christmas creations. Then we move forward from there and we've got a little trio of these. This one is the Crystallina, which I'm probably pronouncing wrong. But if we go right the way back here to the big bag, maybe you don't wish to go for a big bag just yet. Maybe you're new to Chloe, maybe you haven't tried Chloe's glitters out. Then you can go for that smaller jar. Of course, the more you buy, the more you're going to save. So I'm sure there is going to be a bit of a saving on those bigger 3-ounce bags. We move on from that one and we've got silver crystal. That's a very luxurious looking colour again, isn't it? I know these are going to fly out the door quicker than I even imagined. I have a feeling our next Chloe order isn't going to be far away, looking at how gorgeous these products are. This one is the chunky crystalline. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. That one was again one of our bags that we looked at. So again, you can get that in a smaller quantity if you just want to have a little try with it before you commit to buying the big bag. Then we've got Moonbeam. Moonbeam is coming out next. Now that's a very luxurious one. I like the look of that. Very, very expensive looking glitter. And then the last item in this box, let's have a little look at this one. Oh, it looks like a disco ball. This one's called Sleigh Bells, and it is an iridescent chunky silver glitter with smaller particles running throughout it. That really does look like a disco ball. That is gorgeous. Imagine that as the centres of your flowers. That'd be gorgeous. Then let's move on to box number 2. We are halfway, guys, and I imagine already your shopping lists are overflowing. I know mine is. I'm so excited to see this arrive here at Craftmania. It's a brand I've wanted to get hold of and bring to you for quite a while, and I feel we can all agree already. We can see how beautiful Chloe's work is, how special that is. And this, I thought it was packaging. What's in here? Oh, these are lovely. I was excited to see these. This is a bit of a combo for you because these are Wow, created by Wow, but designed by Chloe. And these are Starlight Christmas Trio. Not available from Wow, so you won't see these on our Wow unboxing videos. We're going to have to get these from Chloe for you because they're obviously exclusive to Chloe. In here we've got Starlit Navy, Starlit Silver and Starlit Gold. Look at the sparkle on them powders. Those are rather yummy. Again, when we go back to looking at some of those samples that we see earlier where Chloe has been stamping to create her cards, I have a feeling it's going to be some of those powders that have been used to do the heat embossing for those effects. If you looked at those lines, especially on that poinsettia earlier, and thought I want that sparkle, I have a feeling it might be them. Look at this. Look at this for a box of yumminess. Shall we delve on in and see what we can find? So we have got 3 of these coming out of the box for you. These again, beautiful die set by Chloe. This is, let's have a little look-see. This is going to be called the Exquisite Lace Circle. There is in here 6 metal dies, giving you lots of interchangeability between them, so you can layer them if you wish to. You can keep them as solids if you wish to. There is a flower in there as well that's going to give you a nice little layering element to go with them. And then we move on from there. Now these ones are just stamps, and I don't think there is anything just about them other than just beautiful. But there's no dies with these, there's no embossing folders. This is just a flower set, 1 in a packet. 1 sheet, kind of a nice size actually, 13 centimetres by 13 centimetres. So that's getting onto quite a big set of flowers there. This is the majestic flower, so as you can see 3 different flower heads and then 2 different branches going off in different directions for you to be able to build up your compositions. If you like the idea of just getting hold of a flower stamp set like that, but would like another design to complement them, then this one is your Exquisite Flower. Very beautiful lineage running through the details there on that flower. Certainly if we was to build up a bit of a composition between the two, going to work very nicely for you. Then we move on from there and we've got Exquisite Lace Rectangles. So we're back to dies again. We can see here on the reverse a little bit more of a glimpse of all of the different layers and ways that we can be using these. Absolutely spectacular die set. Again, 4.8 by 6.8 is your largest die in that sense, down to 1.4 inches by 2.4 as your smallest. Then we move on from there. This is the Majestic Flower die set. So I believe, if we go back a little bit, this was our Majestic Flower stamp set. So I'm going to go out on a limb here. I could be wrong, but I have a feeling this is going to coordinate with it. Does it tell us that anywhere on the packaging? Have I made this up? I have a feeling it's going to for us. It looks to me like we have got the ability to cut and emboss given the details on the dies, but if we wish to, we can match those with those stamps. I think, maybe. I'm worried I'm telling you wrong. Oh no, I am telling you wrong. This is a cut and emboss folder. So this is going to cut and emboss for you. I'm sorry, I'm taking you off down the wrong line. 68 products, a lot for me to remember today, I'm sorry. Cut and emboss folder, and it is 5 by 7 inches in the folder size. And as it goes through, it is going to cut and emboss, but it is of course matching with our stamps. So maybe you want to be able to use the two together. I think that would possibly work for you, but actually you can just purchase them separately, obviously, and use them independently. They might not match, but I think they will. I'm going to go with I think, because I'm not 100% confident on that. Then we're going to move on to this one for you. This one is our Sparkling Snowflakes. This again is an embossing folder with a die set. How yummy are these? Look at those for built up beautiful snowflakes. Having that ability again to use these and create that incredible effect is absolutely breathtaking. I think those are going to prove rather popular. Then we move on from there and we've got another 3D embossing folder and metal die set. This makes a stunning flower. This is called the Winter Bloom flower, and that is a really, again, big bold bloom, which is gorgeous to see. The folder, to give you a bit of an idea on scope and size, is 5 by 7 inches. So a nice big folder to sink your teeth into with that one. Moving forward from there, we've got some sentiments. Let's look at these. So these are sentiment and die sets. So you've got the ability to stamp it and then cut it out if you wish to, or of course just stamp it. You might wish to cut a frame with that in the middle and then to have your sentiment stamped underneath it. That's why I love having those as two separate elements. This one is saying, sent with caring thoughts for you. So not only great for the outside of the card, but also for the insert as well. These are quite a nice size too. The die size, to give you scope on the happy birthday one I'm looking at, is 9 centimetres by 6.7. So certainly big enough to use on the outside of your card or on the inside, maybe even on gift tags to coordinate throughout your project as well. Then we move on. All these look yummy. Look at this. This is a flower die set. So here we have got the blossoming flower. In here are 4 metal dies, and they're what we would class as a cut and lift die. So the middle of the petal stays attached to the centre of the flower, so it lifts up to give you a 3D effect, which looks beautiful. Great for box cards, great for shadow boxes, great for bringing dimension. Then we've got a lovely stamp. This is gorgeous. I really fell in love with this stamp. I thought it looked so pretty, and I could see it being built back to back, coming down from the top of your card, having little flowers added to it. It's quite a nice slimline DL kind of size, but of course we could patch this off and use it in smaller amounts, or join it together and use it for borders across scrapbook pages, bits like that. We could even, I believe, have it kind of going up our card as kind of grasses maybe as well. So certainly a multi-directional stamp in that set. Then we move on from there, we've got a stamp and die set. This is the Star of Wonder. I've seen a lot created with this recently by Chloe. If I'm being honest, her Christmas collection is one of the reasons I felt we really must get Chloe on board and in store here for you at Craftmania, because it is so gorgeous. The Star of Wonder has 3 metal dies and 6 photopolymer stamps. So great quality stamp and die sets. Then we move on from there and we've got this gorgeous Christmas tree. Again, when we look to this detailing, when we look to this beautiful radiance running down each of those layers of the Christmas tree, I really do believe that you're going to be able to achieve something very similar, if not identical, using the matching embossing powders. In this set, we've got 2 metal dies, and then we've got 3 stamps to coordinate with them, including one sentiment that says, "It's Christmas," which is just perfect. I love the way that they've been layered on that project as well. Very elegant. Then we move on from there. Oh, we've already gone past that. Let's move on to this one. What do we have here, I wonder? I need to start stacking in some different areas because I'm running out of room. We're getting a bit Jenga-esque on my one pile. Let me move in. Let's build another pile before we knock this one over. Do you know what? I've knocked over so many piles of products today doing filming and unpacking. It's ridiculous. Having a little look at this one, we have got the butterfly embellishment set. Now, this one is going to match with our tiny butterfly printed vellum pad available separately. Hold on in there. I think that's coming up in just a moment for you. But of course, you can use that die set on its own if you wish to create some beautiful layering butterflies. We'll come to the paper pad shortly. I think I can see it in the top of the box, but we'll move on over and we'll look at the rest of what's in my hand first. So this is the Flowers in Bloom 3D embossing folder. How gorgeous is the depth on this folder? And it's a really nice all over background design there. Absolutely spectacular. Then moving forward, sticking with the embossing folders, this is lovely seeing those 3D layering flowers added to the front of these as well. But look at that for a lacy design when we actually see that done on there. It is called the Floral Lace embossing folder, 5 by 7 inches once again, and we've got 3 of those available for you too. Now, them pads I mentioned to go with these butterflies, let's have a cheeky look at one of those, shall we? These are your pads here. They are 4.5 by 6.5 inches. They're 110 GSM. There is 72 sheets, 12 designs, 6 sheets of each. Now, I'm not going to slow us down too much. Oh, I said I'm not going to slow us down. I want to look at all of them, don't you? We'll do a quick flick. So these are all printed on vellum. They're all going to match up with that die. That die is simply going to lay over the top of these, go through and cut them out for you in all of these different colours. I don't know about you guys, but I am seeing gems added down the middles of these. I am seeing glitter being added to these as well. You don't have to stop at this stage if you don't wish to, but actually value for money wise, look how many you are getting in that pad. That is a bonkers quantity when you look at all of those sheets. And then on each sheet, I don't know, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 maybe. And then separate bodies as well. There is loads on them, absolutely loads on them. We'll come back to those because I think we're going to find a die to match that in a second. Let's dig into these next. More layering dies for you. This is a different design for you to have a little look at. This one is Gilded Squares number 4. I like the really prominent squared off edge on that. Isn't that gorgeous? What a lovely size to make our shaped cards out of. Once again, 7.5 inches by 7.5 inches. Once again, coming on that magnetic sheet for you. I love the luxury that Chloe has put into her packaging. She really has thought everything through for you to give you a really elegant finish, even to just the packaging, let alone the product. Let's move on and look at this one. This is another embossing folder for you, 8 by 8. This is the Snowflake Lattice 2D embossing folder. And I love a 2D embossing folder because it's not too prominent, doesn't steal the show too much from what's going on above it. So certainly if you're going to bring in something slightly heavier, like those gorgeous Christmas trees, and stand those on the front of that folder, you're not trying to compete with the background. It's complementing, it's working together for you. Now, talking of those trees and backgrounds and Christmas, have a look at this set. This is this is the Starlit Star die and stamp set. 3 metal dies, 2 stamps. The largest die is 11 centimeters by 15.3. Isn't that gorgeous? That is really, really lovely, isn't it? What a set, what a background, what an ability to be able to build that up and create something as spectacular as that. And then to have the kind of sentiment areas as well within them is just wow. What an incredible, incredible set to play with that would be. Then let's move on to these while we're talking stamp and dies. This one's gorgeous as well. So much going on in this set. This one is your Starlit Holly Reef. I like the way that she's designed her reef as well. It's joined together so you don't have to worry about matching it up if you don't wish to. So it's going to cut round that stamped element. Of course, we can use the stamps on their own if we wish to, or we can of course coordinate them with the dies to create the effect as you can see on the front of the card. You can also see our lovely layering dies being used behind those as well. The Starlit Holly Reef consists of 6 metal dies and 11 stamps. And when you look at all of the different stamps coming in this set, you can certainly see a few additions there to be able to layer onto that reef if you want to. Now, let's go for these next, shall we? What do we have here, I wonder? These are stamp sets. So we've got stamp sets coming out now. This is your Snowflake Trails stamp set. Very, very cool effect there, actually, because we've kind of got half a square attached to a snowflake area and then another half a square with a snowflake set area separately put together. On the front of the card, you can see that they've been brought back together to make that full-on square, but actually doing them as separates gives you a lot more scope to be able to create and do different things with them, stamp them off the edges, use more of the snowflakes, create some amazing backgrounds with them. Certainly frame different items in the middle from squares to rectangles to diamonds. And then you've also got separate snowflakes and pieces to build up with your scenes as well. Now this is a need. This is the beaded snowflake stamp set. So beautiful background stamp here. All done in beaded details. Again, when we team those with our glittery embossing powders, maybe we're going to stamp with some of our sticky stuff glue and add on some glitters to the tops of them instead. You're going to be able to create some spectacular effects. Or maybe you're just going to stamp it in a nice VersaFine ink and have it as a subtle background. You could do so much with a stamp like that. Speaking of stamps like that, look at this for a wow. This one is the Starlit Square, part of the Christmas collection, of course. We can see beautiful detail running from out that radiant surface. circle. And we've got that gorgeous verse as well, which reads, Merry Christmas, may the happiness of Christmas be yours to enjoy with those you love. What a lovely sentiment. So 2 stamps coming to you in that set, giving you that beautiful background. That's a need. Then we move forward from there. We've got another embossing folder for you, another 2D embossing folder. This one is all about the stars, and it is called Starlit Star Background 2D embossing folder. Again, 8x8, but like I said earlier, very easy to use for smaller amounts if you don't make big cards. It's not a heavy design. It's quite a nice one to be able to break down and use in smaller areas. And then, these look good. These are foiled paper pads. Let's have a look at one of these, shall we? So this is 48 sheets foiled paper pads from the Starlit Christmas collection. I can't quite get into this, and I'm not going to slow you down by making me dig into it properly. Let's just give you a little pick and flick of the corners here so you can see it. All foiled, all beautifully done. Actually quite uncoated card there. So if you wanted to add inks over the top of them or misters over the top of them and leave that foil kind of in there, that would work beautifully for you. 48 sheets, 160 GSM, includes 16 luxury foil designs. That's a need. I know I say that a lot, don't I? But it is. That's what. By that's a need, I think I mostly mean that's a need for me, or a want for me, or one that's going onto my shopping list. This is another pad for you. This is the foiled paper pad floral lace. We've seen lots from the floral lace collection, so sensible to have the matching paper pad to go with it. Again, what's going on here? Foiled, it says, but look at this one on the front here. That's more like a resist feel to it, more like a glossy pearl than a foil, but beautifully done. When we have a little flick through this, we can see, lots of iridescent, beautiful foiling running through there. Again, all uncoated for you, so if you do wish to add inks to them, do resist techniques to them, you absolutely can. Look at that. That's like a holographic foiling. I'm hoping you can see that on screen as beautifully as I can see it here. That is stunning. And then that same kind of beautiful floral cascading leaf effect as we see previously. Then only a few more bits to go, I'm afraid, but wow, what an unboxing. Let's have a little look at this one. This is a stamp set for you, and it's a little dinky one. How cute is this? This is a little verse, merry and bright. It says, may your days be happy, your heart be light, your Christmas merry, and the new year bright. And that, of course, perfect size for inserts or on the outside of our cards as well. Now, I am so pleased to see I remembered to order this die set, because I had been starting to panic that I hadn't come across it already. Prediction, this is going to go very, 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 very quickly. We've seen it kind of around lots of Chloe's cards on the packaging. I think this one's a need for me personally. This is our corner ribbon bow. It is one die in there. It's 11.2 by 12.8 centimetres. It's gorgeous, especially when we see it here on the packaging, done with lots of glitter and sparkle and kind of shaped a little bit to make a 3D effect. Then we move on to another die for you. This is the Merry Christmas die set. This is Starlit Merry Christmas. It contains 3 dies. So you've got your Merry Christmas with the deers attached to it, and then you've got 2 Christmas trees that you can put around it to build up a scene beautifully. This gives you a little glimpse at all of the pieces that you can see within that set. Absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. And then lastly, I've got a paper pad for you. Now, I think we've been past the dies to go with this already. We'll just have a little read of it and check. This is the Exquisite and Majestic Flower Paper. So this is going to go back. Can I dig? Can I find? So I'm not going to dig because it's going to take time. But we went past the dies, didn't we, to go with these? So these, again, are your papers to go with them. Oh, look at that shimmer. Can you see the shimmer there? Can you see that pearlescence hitting the kind of light as I wiggle it, hopefully? But printed on that pearlescence finish. Is this vellum or paper? I think we've got paper going on here. But all beautifully printed to coordinate with those dies to give you that radiant effect coming out of the centre of those flowers. So obviously matching up with both of those sets, but actually in fairness, you could layer many a flower die over the top of these and have that beautiful printed effect radiating out from the middle of your flowers, but designed to coordinate with those die sets in particular. But absolutely, I think you could take this off to many brands, many styles, many ways to use those and create those effects with. I'm exhausted. What an unboxing, hey? 68 items, if I remember rightly, all brand new, all now available for you here at Craftmania. We started right back here with our packs of glitter, and we have gone through a huge array of dyes, papers, vellums, embossing powders, a little bit of everything Chloe. What an introduction to the wonderful world of Chloe. I hope you're as excited as I am. I hope it's a brand you wish to support and purchase from us here at Craftmania. And I hope you're as excited as I am to have it now here and available from Craftmania. Please let us know your thoughts, your excitement, your wish lists in the comments. We always love to see what you're excited to see arrive here. So please don't be shy. Let us know what you're thinking in the comment boxes. Now, as always, as I mentioned at the beginning, this is now available for you here at Craftmania, 5 Hewett Road, Gapton Hall Industrial Estate, Great Yarmouth, Norfolk, where we carry over 11,000 product lines for you to come and sink your teeth into. But don't fear if you can't make it in store. Head onto the website www.craftmaniacrafts.com, where you'll find everything we bring to you in store online available for you too. And do not fear, the prices online are the same as in store, and the online prices are the same as what's in store. So it doesn't matter where you shop, they're always the same offers and same promotions. Nobody misses out. On top of that, if you are shopping with us online and you spend over £15, you'll also receive free U.K P&P. And if you are shopping with us online or in store, for every full £1 you spend, you're going to get a point on your Inner Circle Rewards program, system, card, something like that. And the more points you collect, the more you'll move up the tiers. The further you move up the tiers, the higher the rewards become. I'm exhausted, honestly, I'm shattered. That's taking it out of me. I'm going to get all off on my own planet now. But you get the gist. The more you spend, the more points you get, the bigger the rewards become. Free U.K P&P over £15 online, or come and shop with us here in store. You know the drill by now. Thank you very much for watching us. Any questions you have, let us know in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them for you. Once I've had a drink and a lay down and I've recovered, I'll be back in the comments for you to assist. Thanks for watching today. Look forward to seeing you all again very, very soon. Bye for now.